And it's official. Former Chamber of Commerce president and son of prominent business couple Albray and Rosita Butterfield. Albray Butterfield Jr. was made the new deputy leader for the Progressive National Party. The newly elected PNP leader Clayton Green made that announcement in a crowded room filled with PNP supporters at a press conference held at the PNP headquarters.
He has not been afraid to take positions on both the political and social issues of the day, even when they have been unpopular, and I am confident that he will bring that same boldness to the party as we seek to reposition these islands, this party, and the people of these islands on the major issues facing our country. We share a common vision, and I look forward to working with him and the other members of the executive party as we seek to champion the causes of the people and prepare the party for the next general elections.
The PNP leader added that it was a tough decision, one that brought on much prayer and thought. He said it was a decision for the best interest of the party and the Turks and Caicos Islands.
Our party's constitution charged the leader of the party with nominating the party's deputy. I can assure you that no one has thought about who should be deputy leader of this party more than I have. More importantly, no one has prayed about this decision more than I have. PNPs and Turks and Caicos Islanders can rest assured that I love this country and I love this party. And as leader, I will not do anything that is not in the best interest of my party and our country.
Publicly accepting the deputy position, Butterfield said he knows it wasn't an easy decision for Green, but it was God's divine purpose.
I thought about this, I prayed about this, I discussed this with my parents and my family members and other senior members within the community who I have great respect for, and from both sides of the political divide, to get their response on my proposed decision. And at the end of the day, all of the decisions that were given to me was that I should seriously consider it, because at the end of the day, the mere fact that the leader asked me to be his deputy meant that the leader was serious about taking this country forward and affecting change within this country. So therefore, on that behalf, I accepted the call.
And then the questions rolled in from members of the media. There are some members of the PNP executive who aren't pleased with Green's decision. Some who say Albray Butterfield Jr. is a traitor.
I say to them, have faith in me. Have faith in my judgment. The people of this country elected me to lead, and that is exactly what I intend to do. And we know how politics goes. Whatever choice I made, there was going to be a backlash, and that backlash was going to be vicious. I made the choice as the party's constitution requires me to do. I made the choice that I thought, for various reasons, was in the best interest, not only of this party, but also of this country. And change is something that is always going to be resisted. But what bold leaders do is go out front and lead. They will follow. They will follow because we're going to keep knocking at their doors and knocking at their hearts. They're going to follow because they're going to realize sooner rather than later that this is the same PNP that they supported forever. They're going to realize that not because a man is bold enough to be critical of his own party means that he's any less a PNP.
The heat didn't stop there. Blazers CEO Devin Williams gave Butterfield a ride down memory lane, reading out an email Butterfield was a part of early last year, speaking out against the then PNP administration.
I think that document speaks for itself.
You said you didn't want the House of Assembly to reopen.
Yes.
On the direction of Mr. Green. But today you were here.
Mr. Green? No, that...
Mr. Green was the man in charge of the House of Assembly. He was the Speaker of the House of Assembly.
Yes.
You kicked against them reopening it with him as leader. But yet today you accept to be his deputy.
I kicked for the House of Assembly to be opened, not regarding to Mr. Green, was regarding to the present government administration that was in office at the time.
But Mr.
Okay?
Green headed that same organization that you kicked against.
He headed the House of
He was-
Assembly. He
yes,
did not head the government.
You said the House of Assembly. Let me read.
Yes,
just
the House of
briefly.
Assembly was about to be open.
You said the House of Assembly.
Okay, I'm
is
going to
scheduled to
interject
be
here.
open.
I'm going to interject here. And I don't like, I don't, you know, I don't do it, but I think everybody in the press conference knows that there is a real distinction between the head of the House of Assembly as the House of Assembly and the head of a government, which is effectively the premier.
That is correct.
Let's not split hairs. If we're about doing some serious business, asking some serious questions, let's just do that and get on with it.
We'll have more from that press conference in tomorrow's newscast, where the PNP leader spoke on Helen Garlick's investigations, crime in the TCI, and constitutional reform. For WIV4 News, I'm Takara Bain.